Yo, hope you're all doing well, everybody. Let's look at some charts. Crypto Hop coming at you. I just want to show you some charts. I was looking at this stuff today, and we just need to be calm right now because I'm starting to see there's consolidations. You know, when you spend a lot of time with technical analysis, you start to have a feeling and see like human tendencies in things that go on. Of course, we got to look at the news. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the news today, and this whole week and beyond. So let's just get right at it. This is the Bitcoin chart, 24-hour candles that we're talking about here today. Now, okay, look at this. We all know, we'll go back to doomsday right here. Okay, that big announcement on social media that dropped off, that was kind of annoying. Look what's happened since then. From this bottom point, we're in a downward trend. Any way you look at it, people, this is a bear market coming down. Now, here's what I'd like to show you. I just set this new support line right here. It's at, what is that at? It's right at this set, or 85. It's a little bit above 85, okay, 85 and a half. Now, as we had this little turnaround right here, look what happened. Okay, we found a new resistance at the top, but we've been moving kind of sideways. Okay, now this is a consolidation type vibe. Now, historically, when we go back, okay, and I can just show you real quick over time, there's anytime we've seen this run up and then this downward movement, the longer we have this sideways consolidation move, the more pressure it puts on the buying pressure, okay, which could result in that price action pump, okay? So that's just what we're seeing there. That's Bitcoin. Look at the long term, man. That's a fun chart, long term. Whoa. Let's look at Ethereum. Okay, I'm now trying to get, I got a lot of lines on here. I don't want to confuse you guys, okay? Sorry about this, but just look, if we can, just real quick, because my XRP chart kind of looks like this as well. But what I thought was interesting on this Ethereum was that, okay, now we're on the week candles. It kind of freaked me out. Let's switch back over to the daily. The weekly has some cool stuff too, but here's the daily. Okay, when we're looking at the daily here, I just, the symmetrical triangle action that I had on here was something that I wanted to play around with a little bit, which is this green triangle. See how we're coming to this point to where it's getting smaller and smaller. Okay, now the thing I wanted to point out on this chart, same kind of thing, downward trends. Okay, these downward trends right here and here, coming down. We kind of move back up. Now check this out. This is on December 19th. We had a big green candle. Now when we have a big green candle and then a bunch of little ones after it that stay within that trading range of the big green candle, it can appear to be bullish. The question is, though, okay, I would say it's neutral until we see something happen thereafter, which is, this resistance at 2,900. It's almost 3,000. We can say it's 3,000. I'm going to say 29.9. Over the next couple days, now this is huge, people. Over the next couple days, right where we see this symmetrical triangle that I drew, crosses this resistance line once again, okay, right here. If we can dip above that, I believe we're going to move up. So there's some pressure again. There's some pressure on the selling has happened. The consolidation, we've been moving on a bigger price range on this chart, up here to down here. It's what is it, 3,300 to this 2,700. So now, it's getting smaller and smaller after that big green candle. There's a bunch of little ones that it's just tighter pressure to buy is what I'm seeing. Now, here's XRP. Hang in there, Army. Hang in there, XRP Army. It's going to be okay, fellas and women and gentlemen. boys and girls, gather around, check it out, because it's gonna happen. Okay, we just need to just hang in there. So we have the downward trend from the top, same thing as all the other charts. Now this purple and purple, pay attention to this. It's a downward move on my lower purple trend line. But then I came in here and drew these blue trend lines that get a little bit steeper. It's a little bit steeper of, let's say, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower low. But look what's happened once again. On December 19th, for whatever reason, we had a bigger candle with small that stays within this big candle. And this is just textbook. This is perfect right here, because we did have a small green. I mean, we are right on the edge. See where my cursor is right there, everybody? Take a look at that. Take a look at this bad boy. Right there. Boom. Man, I'll tell you right now, if we can poke above that stronger downward trend, if we get out of that and start heading back up to that $1.95, it could be a turnaround. Look, it's going to happen at some point. Nobody knows when. We thought this was going to happen back in November, December, but it hasn't. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to sit there and start acting like the masses of naysayers that oh, this thing isn't blah, blah. Yeah. There's just a lot of negativity out there. You got to be patient. We got to be patient. Just, the technicals tell the story. That's what we're looking at here. And then lastly, Solana. Okay, let's see what we got on this. I got tons of lines on this one too, but okay, I'll leave you guys with this. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. This is even a steeper Solana chart. Longer term looks awesome, but man, this short term has taken a huge look at this trend. It's just, we're back to the price to what we saw back in September 24, over a year, like 14 months ago. We're back down to that price. Okay, so if you've been sitting here all year long thinking that you're going to make money in a year's time, hasn't happened yet. It will. That's my message. It will, everybody. It will. Okay, and so let me zoom it out. Look at what I'm talking about today. Here is the big candle, that Friday the 19th. Okay, I believe this is the institutional push right here. Friday the 19th, we had a big candle that jumped up, and it's almost like a reverse head and shoulders. We got a shoulder, the head right here, and then we're developing the other shoulder, which could go, right? So this big green candle, small candles that stay within that big candle range could be the turnaround, everybody. Can you see that? That could be the turnaround. And now we are moving back up. Now, the 5 has stayed on top of the 13. So my thought is, when this 5 starts to go up towards the 50 EMA, and it does cross the 50 EMA. Okay, so the 5 crossing the 13 and the 50, that's that yellow. If that yellow line turns and crosses both of these orange and the 50 red, it will move up. I mean, technicals, that the pressure will move it up. Okay, just wanted to share that with y'all. These are the charts. These are the charts that I'm looking at right now. And so it's one of those things where there's similarity on all these charts. Okay, that's my message for today. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for checking in, everybody. Crypto Hop signing out. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Peace out. Peace out.